Alright guys, well I got a microwave right here. I plan on opening this thing up. I've never been inside of a microwave before, so I thought it'd be interesting to show it on camera. I've been inside of other appliances before to make repairs to them, but never had a need to go inside of a microwave. But I think this microwave might be fixable because of the way that it broke. So my wife had a lot of kitchen appliances going, and I came over to put something in the microwave and hit start, and it tripped the breaker. And so, you know, I went outside and switched the breakers back on, and everything cut back on but the microwave. It's just completely dead. All right, so I'm gonna plug my microwave into my toolbox outlet strip. All right, so I got it plugged in, and when I turn it on, you'll see all the battery chargers cut on. So as you can see, I cut it on, and the microwave is also plugged up. As you can see, this thing is dead. So this thing is getting 120 volts into this cord right now, but we got nothing right here. So basically what I'm going to do is open this up, because I think that there's got to be some type of fuse, some type of circuit breaker in here, because like I said, when all the other appliances cut back on, this one didn't. So that leads me to believe that there's got to be some type of circuit protection in here. So let me turn the power back off, unplug this thing, and open it up and see what we got. So first I'll start by getting rid of this tray. Alright, spin this thing around. See what kind of fasteners we got back here. Alright. Looks like we got maybe some T20 fasteners. These look like the non-tampering fasteners. So, let me grab a T20. Nope, a little bit smaller. Alright, let's bust these loose. Alright, let's see how this thing comes off. Pull it back. Looks like we got one more. There's always one more, right? Alright, so here's the power cord. So obviously if there's a circuit breaker, it's going to be somewhere coming into the unit. So let's see. There's a fuse right here. I sure hope it's a fuse. Try to pop this fuse out. Be honest with you, this fuse doesn't look blown, but let me grab a ohm meter and test it. So the fuse is okay. That's what I was hoping the problem was gonna be. But that's not it. So I'm gonna take this little circuit board off because you could clearly see that this is where the power goes in. So it starts here. And we literally have nothing going on over here. And so none of this stuff is powered at all. So we need to start at the source. So I'm gonna take this little circuit board off and basically just follow the path of electricity to see where it stops. So that's what I'm gonna do. Pull out my little ohm meter. So first thing I'm gonna do is check the ground on this electrical. Alright, so let me see if I can get this voltmeter set up so you guys can see as I test. Alright, so we got 0 resistance. And see, I don't really know which wire is which, so we'll see here. Check the Okay, so we're good up to this point so far on this one. Check on this white wire. Alright, so we're good up to this point. Alright, so we'll get this plugged in. Alright, so we know we got electricity going up to this point so far and the ground is good, so let's keep moving. Alright, so we'll start with the black wire. You know what, we'll put it in here like this. Alright, so from the black wire coming in, I can see right away that it comes in here and it bridges over here to the fuse. So we'll just test that first. Alright, so we're good. Alright, so clear over here, the fuse is good. So we got power going all the way here. Yes. And then you can see following this solder trace, it's going to go all the way here. Alright, so we got a clear path going all the way to here, no issue yet. And then it's going, if you flip the board around, that's this big coil winding thing right here. So what I'll do is I'll test coming out on the other side of this thing. Alright, so it looks like coming out on the other side we got nothing. And if you look over here, this, when it comes in here, goes through this little coil winding, comes out right here, and you follow the solder trace, you can see that it goes into this part of the black wire. So this is like the same circuit, and this black wire goes all the way down through like some more little thermal switches or something, and all the way down to the, looks like maybe the control board. So it looks like the path of electricity stopped. Let's see. Yeah, once we go through here to the other side. So it looks like that may be the end of it right there. So this could be an issue here. I really don't see how though. Oh, I found the issue. Did I find the issue? Yes, I found the issue. Alright, so let me zoom in here, show you guys what the issue is. Okay, so if you look, so right under here is where coming out off of the fuse, and we follow our solder trace coming in from the power, the black power cord coming in here. Alright, now it's going to come up to our fuse, and from our fuse we follow the trace right here, and I noticed I didn't get no power on this side, because if you flip this over, that it comes up through where this coil winding is, and it comes out back on this side. So if you look in there, you can see where it's actually broken. So I'm gonna pull a fuse out so you can get a look at it. The fuse is kind of blocking. Okay, so with the fuse missing, you can see this spot right here is broken. You can see where I lift right off the board, right here. So there's no longer any connection between this point back here and this point right here. So all I need to do is make a solder connection between these two, and I should have power back at this microwave. It'd be nice if I could just replace this board altogether. I'm gonna actually write down, see if I can get a part number off of this board and try to replace this board altogether, see if it's a lot cheaper than buying a new microwave. But before I do that, I'm gonna see if I can reconnect these the soldering joint to the board. See if I could drop some solder in there. Alright, so I think what I decided to do is just burn a complete hole through this solder from the back side. I think that's going to be the best thing to do, and then stick this little wire down in that hole. But before I do that, I got to melt some of the solder off that I put on it. So I got a hole melted through right here. I'm going to stick this thing down in there. Alright, so I got it down in there. Now I'm going to drop some fresh solder in there. Okay, that might be a connection. So let's see if let made a connection or not. Alright, looks like I made a connection. So, yeah, I'm gonna plug it up, turn it on, and see if the microwave cuts on. If it does, I still may replace this part. Nothing better than a new part if fixing cars has taught me anything. Nothing's better than a new part. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put the fuse in first. If I can find where I put it. Alright, we got the fuse in. Alright, let's plug it up. See what happens. That sounds good. Oh, what do you know? We got a working microwave. Turn this around. Turn this around so you guys can see. Have a working microwave. So that's all it was a weak soldering point, and so I guess maybe it got too hot or something when that circuit blew out in the house. But yeah, so that's what happened. Got my microwave working again. Like I said, I am going to try to replace that little circuit board. I'm going to look for a part number or something like that on it and see if I can replace it. Usually little circuit boards like this don't cost too much, cheaper than a new microwave. So, all right. So, got it unplugged. Get this little board bolted back down. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna just jot down this circuit board. I didn't bring my phone with me, otherwise I would have just snapped a picture of it. Alright. So I believe I could probably put that into a Google search. Get something to pop up. Alright, well, let's get the, actually turn it this way. There's a little cover back on it. All right, guys. Well, I got lucky and was able to fix it. I am going to try to replace that little circuit board that I found in there. So yeah, I will say a good like 90% of problems where electrical device won't turn on, there's probably a loss of continuity somewhere. That's typically the problem. So most times you can fix any electrical device the way I did, starting with the power cord and just basically track, you know, everywhere the power is going and check all the points on the circuit board, and you'll eventually find a point where there's no continuity between 2 points. So that's usually how I'm always able to track down an electrical problem. So anyway, hopefully you guys found this video somewhat interesting. This is Bryan916. See you guys on the next one.